Hello, my name is Ben. I'm an analyst here at Bettertrader.co, and today I'm going to provide you with an in-depth video on our Trade Ideas tab and our calendar. Every day there are many new economic events that can potentially affect the market. Let's say today, let's take the German IFO Business Climate Index for example. You see it originates from Europe and it has an impact of 3 exclamation points. That means everyone should be informed about it. It can have a big impact on the market. If you click on it, you will see the magnitude of surprise. So now you will see the previous release, the expected release, and the actual release. So what the a bit stronger comes from is we take all the similar situations in the past and compare this situation, 101.7 to 101.8. See how surprising it is for this particular business climate index. And it turns out it's a little bit stronger. It's not that surprising, but no, it can possibly lead to trade ideas. So based on that signal, we have 3 different trade ideas. They're all news-driven trade idea. That means the trade idea is signaled or triggered based on economic events. You can see that the trade idea was detected after analysis of the business climate index. So if you click on, let's say, one trade idea, it will show you a reward risk ratio. What that means is basically for every 1x that you lose or reach a stop loss, you approximately have 2.2x of profit. So that's quite good for us. Anything above 1 is a good reward risk ratio. There's a 42-minute trade duration. That means after the event has been released, you have around 42 minutes to trade it, and in 42 minutes it will reach the maximum profit. Historical success is 66%. That means you can see this more in depth. Trade performance. So in the last 3 years, there were 13 situations that were the same as today. The business climate index was a bit stronger. So 4 times it was a win. We reached our profit target. 2 times we reached our stop loss. That's bad. 7 times there's no significant movement. So what we at Bettertrader here do here is provide you with a statistically backed analysis tool, and we provide you with trade ideas. We do not tell you whether you should buy or not buy them. The execution is dependent on you. We just provide you with statistics and analysis. So in this situation, 4 out of 6 times, we won. 2 times we lost. So there's also different statistics here on what your net profit would be, what your profit for average per trade would be. Based on that, you can make your decision. Furthermore, you can see that we provide an entry status and a trade status. For this one, it's expired. I will show you later with an example where you can trade in real time. So entry status basically means how much time you have left to enter this potential trade idea. Trade status is how much time do you have to trade and still profit. So if you look at the next trade idea, if there are multiple trade ideas for one event, that means the event has a significant impact and maybe it's a good idea, and you should compare these. So let's say if you open this, you will see there is a 2.5 reward risk ratio, which is good. We know that. This one is short, so we would potentially short it. The oil is a commodity, so it's a different type of market also. So it took 71 minutes for us to reach its maximum profit. There's 71% historical success. So something with entry price and profit target and stop loss. If you as a trader, you see an opportunity to enter the market, let's say we provide the entry price is 73.996, and we want you to short it if you plan on trading this idea. So if you see an opportunity to buy in at a short for higher than this, let's say potentially here at 74.04, you will have a larger profit target and your stop loss will be smaller potentially. So this is good if you can see as a trader to see a better entry price than we provide. we highly encourage that you take your opportunity because you're the one ultimately making the execution and the trades. So if you look at trade performance, is 5 wins, 2 losses, and 6 times no significant move. So this is a pretty good ratio, 71% success rate, depending on how much money you make. So net profit is 43.6. That is also pretty good. Something to note for news-driven trade ideas in general is you should trade less than, let's say, price-driven trade ideas in quantity and volume. Why? Because news-driven trade ideas tend to be more volatile right in the beginning. What you trade, so we only release the trade idea 1 minute after the release because in the beginning it can be highly volatile. So we recommend you to trade less, especially if you're relatively inexperienced, to trade smaller amounts and be more defensive in the beginning to ensure that you have a profit and ensure that if you do reach your stop loss, you don't lose too much. So furthermore, there's our trade ideas tab. So what this provides is a bunch of trade ideas triggered by different things. You can tell what's triggered by the top left corner is whether it's news driven or if it's potentially price driven. See, or like this one is price driven trade idea. So what the difference is the news driven trade ideas are triggered by news, different kinds of events. The price driven trade idea is triggered by let's say this one is the S&P 500, 4 consecutive red candles. That means it's a sudden unexpected shift in price or volatility that triggers the backtest. What a backtest is we compare it to all the historical similar situations to see how the market reacts. For example, let's see this one, there's 75% historical success and 1.6 reward risk ratio. And for the arrows, it will point to if it's a buy or a short. This is what makes Bettertrader the best analysis tool out there because instead of gambling and predicting the event outcomes, we wait till after the release to give you the opportunity to trade. So after the release, you have around 77 minutes to trade this idea, and you decide if the idea is good enough to trade for you. We cater to your preference. This one has 3.4 reward risk ratio, which is really good. You can see that all the trade ideas are here at your disposal and you're the one who's choosing these, and you can potentially make a profit